morning, friends. Till now we have discussed about the second law of thermodynamics, right, and which we have seen some variables like Gibbs free energy, Gibbs Helmholtz, and entropy, enthalpy, all the things, right. So we have derived the formula for things also. Gibbs Helmholtz. We need to see about Gibbs Helmholtz actually. We are left it for one topic. So before going to that, so Gibbs Helmholtz equation, right? So this is one of the important equation. It says that energy, what should be the energy of the system to have a spontaneous process, right? So when we consider a process taking place at constant pressure, right? You know the equation, or you know this equation, right? G is equal to H minus Ts, right? So G is equal to, you know that it is H minus Ts is the formula, enthalpy minus the product of thing, right? We have seen in the last class. And G is equal to, H is nothing but your E plus PV, or U plus PV, right? So instead I have used this internal energy as E. It is du, right? Du. So U plus PV minus Ts, you can write it as U plus PV minus Ts, right? So when we differentiate this, dg is equal to de plus dp plus vdp, right, minus t with respect to s respect to t, tds minus sdt, right? So dg is equal to de plus vdp plus pdv minus tds minus sdt, right? So what about this term du plus pdv is nothing but, what is that, dq, right? As from first law it is, so dq is equal to du plus pv or pdv, right, at constant pressure, right? So we write this term as dq, right? dq plus vdp minus tds minus sdt, and you know dq is equal to tds from second law. This is from second law. You know that dq is equal to tds, and substitute this dq is equal to tds, and we substitute this tds cancels, vdp minus sdt, right? So for this condition, if you say, when you have an initial condition like dg1 is equal to minus, at constant pressure it is, the change in pressure is actually 0, right? This is equal to 0. We have assumed the condition at constant pressure, so this term dp will become 0, so this whole thing will become 0, right? So dg is equal to minus sdt. So for initial condition, dg1 is equal to minus s1 into dt, and dgt is equal to minus s2 into dt. So on the change of free energy will be equal to minus of s2 minus s1 into dt, and you can write it as delta g, d of differentiation of delta g, that is change of g2 minus g1, is equal to minus change of entropy into dt, right? So you bring this term over here, bottom, it becomes rho del g by rho t at constant pressure is equal to minus delta s, right? You can write this as d also. D is nothing but very small change, right? So rho of del g by rho of t at constant pressure is equal to minus delta s, change in entropy, right? So this delta g, you know, delta g is equal to delta h minus t delta s, right, from the formula, and you bring this term like this, keeping this minus delta s as it is, right? So minus delta s will become delta g minus delta h by t, right? Okay, நம்ம equation form பண்ணிரும். So you know minus delta s is equal to this one, rho of del g by del t into p, and del g minus delta g is equal to minus delta h by t. So you both are equal. So 1 is equal to 2, right? 1 is equal to wrong. So I'm equating this one and second equation. So delta G minus delta H by T is equal to rho of delta G by rho of T over constant pressure. So this becomes, you are bringing our temperature over here, and this becomes like this, and this over here. So delta G is equal to delta H plus T into the change in free energy with respect to the change in temperature at constant pressure. This is what your Gibbs-Helmholtz equation. So when we know the change of enthalpy, change of enthalpy value, and the change in the temperature, so you can easily find the free energy of the system, right? So this is one of the important equation in the second law of thermodynamics, right? So coming to the next law, that is third law of thermodynamics. What is third law of thermodynamics actually? So we have, till now we have discussed about the spontaneous reaction or a spontaneous process of a system, right? So when should be the system to be said as spontaneous? And the enthalpy is actually in the negative, and entropy should be in the positive, and other conditions something like free energy should be in the negative, right? So for consider a system which is having a very ordered arrangement, right? So you know that when we increase the entropy, the disorderness is increasing, right? So arrangement வந்து disorder இருந்துச்சுன்னா உங்களுக்கு வந்து entropy அதிகமாக இருக்குன்னு அர்த்தம், right? Then the process is said to be spontaneous, right? So what about the condition when we have a crystal structure which is having an ordered condition, right? So for that cases you have the entropy will be very low, or it is equal to 0. So in this third law we have to determine the absolute entropy for solid, liquid, gas of a reaction, right? So when we consider the temperature is becoming 0, so this change in heat capacity is also equal to 0, and change in entropy is also equal to 0. I mean the entropy change when you consider at constant pressure, right? So you know that ds is equal to dq reversible by t, right, from the second law, and when we differentiate, rho s or p is equal to rho q by t over p. One second. Right, this is your second equation, and entropy change at constant pressure will be written like this: del S over P is equal to del Q by T, right? So you differentiate with respect to temperature. When we differentiate again with respect to temperature in the second equation, you will become like this. You will write dou T, and you will be writing this term dou Q by dou T over P into this 1 by T. 1 by T, right? So the equation will become like this: dou S by dou T over P is equal to dou Q by dou T. So you know dou Q by dou T, what is that actually? It is heat capacity at constant pressure, right? So dou Q by dou T over P is equal to Cp, this is Cp into 1 by T. So for a change in entropy, that will be equal to Cp by T into dt. So on integrating Cp by T from T1 to T2 for any temperature, right? This is actually S1 to S2. Here it is T1 to T2, right? So for a perfectly crystalline substance, the absolute entropy will always be equal to 0 at 0 degrees Celsius. Whenever you give some energy, you will have the entropy change, but for a particular system which is having a ordered condition at 0 degrees Celsius, the entropy will be always equal to 0. So on integrating with respect to this entropy and temperature, you can write this St is equal to 0 to T, I mean 0 degrees Celsius, so particular temperature, it is Cp dt by T, right? So this is the actual formula. When we want to find out the value of entropy change for a system which is happening some changes, with respect to the temperature. This is the formula. So S2 minus S1 is equal to T1 to T2 integral Cp by T into dt. As per Kirchhoff's law, you could have also seen in same thing like del H. Here we have del H, that is H2 minus H1 is equal to T1 to T2 Cp dt. Here it is Cp by T into dt, right? When we have entropy values with us, you can find out the change in entropy with respect to the temperature, and these are constants. Cp are constants. So when we know the Cp value and temperature changes, then we can find out the change in entropy for that phase change happening in the reaction, right? This is what your third law of thermodynamics. So whenever there is a change in phase, say for example it is a solid, liquid and gas, right? So when the solid is converted into liquid, so there is a phase change, right? So solid to liquid state, right? So here it must be a T0 or T temperature, here must be a T1, and here it is T2, different temperatures. So the total entropy for this overall thing is that the summation of this entropy change and the phase change. So it is the change in entropy with solid to liquid phase change plus change in entropy with liquid to gas change. So இது ஓவரால் என்ட்ரோபி எப்படி சொல்லலாம், இந்த சாலிட்லேருந்து லிக்விட் ஆன என்ட்ரோபி சேஞ்சும் ப்ளஸ் லிக்விட்லேருந்து கேஸ்க்கு ஃபார்ம் ஆன என்ட்ரோபி சேஞ்சும் ஆட் பண்ணிங்கன்னா ஓவரால் என்ட்ரோபி ஆஃப் யுவர் த ஹோல் ஃபேஸ் சேஞ்ச் வந்து நம்ம ஈஸியாக வந்து கண்டுபிடிச்சிடலாம், ரைட்? அதை நம்ம எப்படி கன்வெர்ட் பண்ணுவோம், எப்படி நம்ம ஈக்குவேஷன் எடுத்துக்கலாம்னா டெல்எஸ், இதுக்கு நம்ம என்ட்ரோபி சேஞ்ச் எப்படி கண்டுபிடிக்கணும்னா T to T1. So this is T, actually T to T1 la Cp by T remains, this is same, right? So T into dt, right, plus T1 to T2 Cp by T into dt. So yeah, அந்தந்த phase change la the heat capacity மாறும், right? This is Cp1 or here it will be Cp2, right? So this will be taken, but here one more term actually it happens, right? So whenever a phase change is happening, right, the heat formation should also be included. Delta H of F, heat formation by temperature into dt, right? So it should be over here. So whenever a phase change is happening, so T to T1 Cp1T dt plus delta H of formation of that particular thing by temperature into dt plus T1 T2 Cp2 OT dt, right? So this is the overall equation for phase changes. The different phases are forming. So without any, there is no phase changes within the temperature, then you can use this formula, the S2 minus S1, provided S1 or S2 is given, temperature is given, and temperature T1 T2 is given, and Cp is given, right? So இது வந்து ஏதோ phase change ஆகாமல் அதுக்குள்ளேயே நடக்கிற ஒரு ரியாக்ஷனுக்கு நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணுற ஃபார்முலா, ரைட்? ஸோ when there is a phase change from solid to liquid or liquid to gas, H2O வந்து லிக்விட்லேருந்து கேஸுக்கு ஃபார்ம் ஆகுது, என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னு போகும்போது லிக்விட் வந்து கேஸ் ஃபார்ம் ஆகிறதுக்கு என்ன டெம்பரேச்சர், அதோட சிபி என்ன அப்படின்னு பார்த்து we have to use this formula. Just the same thing like Kirchhoff's law. Whenever we have a question in the phase change, we have to include that phase change heat capacity also, right? So here in this chapter we have a lot of problems, right? Lot of problems related to this entropy change, right? Okay, so we have seen this Gibbs-Helmholtz equation and the zeroth law. The next one is zeroth law. Zeroth law is simple, that so whenever two systems are in equilibrium with the third system, then the three systems are equilibrium with each other. It is understood that A is equal to B and A is equal to C, then B is equal to C. So object 1 is thermally equilibrium with object 2 and object 1 is thermally equilibrium with object 3, then whole three systems, the three objects will be thermally equilibrium with each other, right? So when two objects are separately in thermal equilibrium with the third object, they are in equilibrium with each other. This is what the zeroth law says, right? So this is all about your zeroth law. We don't go much deeper in this near chapter. We concentrate only on first law and second law of thermodynamics, right? So, and moreover, the problems will be based on the entropy change with respect to temperature and the phase change, right? So you need to work out problems related to this entropy change, right? So, and moreover, we have finished the second unit, and in the next class we will be discussing about the other thermodynamic potentials in the third unit, right? So with this I complete the second unit, and if you have any doubts you can ask me. And regarding the assignment 2, right? So please solve any 10 problems in the chapter 2. The book is Upadhyay and Dubey, right? You need to solve this exercise 2.1 to 2.16. Within this you can do anything you want, any 10 problems, and please don't copy each other. Try to solve on your own, right? தெரியலனா நீ வந்து கேளு, என்கிட்ட கேளு, இல்லாட்டி இது பண்ணு. Please don't blindly copy the problems and you just submit the assignments, right? It is very what do you say, it's a very bad habit. ஸோ நீ இங்கே காப்பி பண்ணுறா அப்புறம் திருப்பி செமஸ்டர் எக்ஸாமில் என்ன பண்ணுவான், ரைட்? இட்ஸ் இஸ் வெரி ஈஸி, ரைட்? ஏதாவது ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் தெரியலனாலும் யூ கேன் ஜஸ்ட் ஆஸ்க் மீ அண்ட் ஐ வில் ஜஸ்ட் solve the problem and we will have the solution, right? So don't copy the things from your friends. Try to solve on your own, right? So, and the due date is you have 7th of November. Please try to submit the assignment on date, otherwise the marks will not be provided to you, right? And regarding test, and I appreciate some people are done very well, but rest 10 to 50 members I have left the corrections to be done, right? So mostly I will finish it by today, right? And some people have presented very well with neat handwriting, right? I really appreciate you people, and I think Rahul has got a 50 out of 50, and I really happy for him. And try to solve all the problems. Theory எழுதுறதோட problems solve பண்ணீங்கன்னா easily you will get marks, right? And try to solve all the problems. If you have any doubts you can ask me, right? So assignment 2 is given, so you have to write it on the note only. You continuously எழுது அந்த நோட்லேயே assignment 2 போட்டு டேட் போட்டு எழுது, and within 7th you have to submit the assignment, right? So till now if you have any doubts you can ask me, and I'll wind up the class now. Thank you.